What's up, y'all? I'm Rev Mimi, and I am here with a very special variation of our weekly spiritual snacks. This week, we had one of our students come in and share just a few words of encouragement for you all, a few words about why it's so important to believe in God, especially in this season, and to just share with you what God has done in her own life. And I'm so excited. And so without further ado, let's go.
Believing in God is so important because when you have faith in God and what He's planning on doing in your life, then it'll most likely happen. But if you doubt God's ability and capability to do certain things in your life, then you're putting doubt, like that doubtful energy, into the environment, so it's not going to happen and it's not going to be as strong of a connection. So you need to have faith. I was talking to my mom about how I feel like it's been in God's plan for me to start my business, because business has always been in my traits. Because when I was little, I tried to start all these different little businesses. I had a lemonade stand, and I had this bootleg lipstick brand, and I made a website for it and everything, and I had my sister model the lipsticks for it. It was literally eyeshadow and Vaseline, and I tried to sell it to my friends and they bought it. So I feel like business has just really been in God's plan, because it's really been reappearing, and I have a babysitting business, so I feel like it's really been in God's plan. And if something's in God's plan, then it's there's nothing man-made that can stop you from doing that. God can do anything for you that you put your mind to, as long as it's within God's plan, because God has the best plan for you, and it might not be the plan that you believe is the best for you, but it's still the plan that will be the best for you in the long run. So even if it's not in God's initial plan to do for you, the Bible still says that seek and you shall receive in the name of God. So if you really have something that you really want and desire, and you ask in the name of God, then it can become into your plan. I recently started my business, Veramata, my brand, and I feel like God has really allowed me to be able to follow through. Even though it took such a long time to actually prepare everything to get it launched and everything, I feel like it's always been a part of God's plan, because it's been reappearing in my life. And now I'm being able to sell out t-shirts and sell out sweatshirts and do all this stuff. And that's just with the help of God, and all these different situations where it's just miracles. I feel like everybody has a moment in their life where they feel like they're losing connection with God, or they're not having as tight of a bond with God. And it's really just a mind thing. Even though you feel as though you're not as connected with God, or you're drifting, or you're losing faith or whatever, it's really just a mind thing. It may just feel like that because you're not praying as often, or you're not going to church as often. It really feels like that, but honestly, God is not judging you. He's still going to be there for you, and maybe things aren't going as you thought they were planned on to, but like God said, there's trials and tribulations, so everything's not always going to be perfect. So you just have to keep a positive mindset and make sure you're still keeping faith and still praying, because even if you're praying and God's not answering, He's still planning on showing up in your way and in your life in a different way than you may not have expected it to. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Niara, for sharing with us. I am so excited about what God is doing in the lives of all of you, especially in this season. If you want to share your story with us, please email me at revmimi@kingdom.global, so that I can add your testimony and your story to the list of what God is doing in KF Teens. Don't forget, on Sunday we have our squad party at 7:00 p.m. So again, if you don't have that information, hit me up. Praying for each of you always. Here if you ever need me. Miss y'all like crazy. Stay popping, y'all, and be blessed.